Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today I thought we would do an easy get ready with me. I have been leaning into super easy makeup, basically using skin tints, cream products, as well as easy, smudgy, smoky eyes. They're just sort of easy to do. You don't have to be precise, but they have a little bit of an impact on the eye, as well as a nude lip. So that has been my go-to recently, and I've got just a few minimal products that I have pulled from my stash that I've just been loving. And I thought today I would share what I have been doing, because I know many of you are busy as well during this fun holiday season. I thought I would share my super easy, not super complicated, sort of lived in makeup look with you all today. So if you are interested in seeing how I created this look, then let's go ahead and get started. So during this busy holiday season, I have been shopping my stash a bit and pulling out products I haven't used in a while. And basically I've been going for what I would consider kind of lived-in makeup, just using a light tint on my face. We're going to be using the Sisley. This is the Phyto-Teint Nude, and I've completely fallen in love with this again. And then I've just been leaning on doing a sort of modern smoky eye. Super simple, and again sort of smudgy and lived in, along with a glossy nude lip. So I thought today we'd just recreate my go-to easy makeup. I'm going to start with the Sisley Phyto-Teint Nude, and I'm in the shade 1C Petal, and this just looks absolutely gorgeous on the skin. It is just a really beautiful hydrating tint, so I am going to just use my fingertips here and basically put this on my skin. Next, I'm going to use the Sisley concealer. I have this in shade 1, and this is definitely brightening. So if I have not had a lot of sleep, this is the one I'm going to reach for because it has quite a bit of coverage, but it also is very brightening on the skin. So I'm just going to put that on, and then I am going to take my fingertips and we're going to just kind of pat this underneath the eyes. Give me a little bit of a awake look here. Okay, here is what that complexion combo looks like. Just really easy and simple. The tint doesn't have a ton of coverage, but it does sort of blur imperfections, and I feel like it makes my skin look a bit healthy. So again, we're going for that sort of easy lived-in makeup look, and then I'm going to be using my Westman Atelier Face Trace in Biscuit. And for this look, I love using cream products. I find that they just sort of melt into the skin and look pretty natural. So I'm just going to blend this into the skin, and I'm using my Heavenly Complexion brush here, and just going to take a minute to blend, but this just gives me a little bit of contour and warmth on the skin without looking too bronze, and kind of come up into my hairline here. And then I even use a little bit of this on my eyes just to give a little bit of color in that crease, because we are truly doing a simple smoky eye, and I just will take that Biscuit, and again I feel like it also makes my face a little bit more cohesive as well. Then I pulled out a couple of my Victoria Beckham favorites. I've already done a little shopping online at Victoria Beckham this morning. They are having a sale of buy 3 items, get 20% off. So I picked up a couple more of her eyewear colors as well as 2 eyeliners. The new one in cinnamon. The new one in cinnamon looks so pretty. So let me know if you picked that one up, and I'm actually using the blush shade in Knickers. This is one of my favorites. And these just go on like a dream, and I'm sure I'm going to get asked which one I like better between Westman Atelier blushes and the Victoria Beckham blushes. And what I would tell you is that I like both. The Victoria Beckham blushes are a bit more dewy is what I would say, versus the baby cheeks are beautiful. I love those just as much, but this one is giving me just a little bit more of that kind of sheer dewy look, if that makes sense. Whereas the baby cheeks are going to dry down. I wouldn't say matte, but I would definitely say not quite as dewy as the Victoria Beckham. Then I pulled out my Victoria Beckham Reflect highlighter, and I just remember being completely in love with this highlighter when it first launched. And to be honest, I misplaced this. I haven't been able to find it for months, and as I've been cleaning up my area, getting ready for my kiddos to come home, I found this and I was like, yay! I'm so excited to have this back in my repertoire. So this one is going to give you true sort of glass skin look, and I have just been really loving this Reflect highlighter again. So I've kind of fallen back in love with several of my Victoria Beckham goodies. And by the way, this looks gorgeous on your lips, so I'll just put a little bit of this on. And I'll just put a little bit of this on for now while we move on to the modern lived-in smoky eye look. Okay, I am actually using a Laura Mercier Caviar stick. I do really love the Victoria Beckham ones, but I don't have one in a matte shade, and I've been kind of leaning on a clean sort of matte smoky eye. So I did order Pecan as well as Bottle Green in the Victoria Beckham formula, but today I'm going to lean on what I've been using lately, and this is Laura Mercier, and this is in Café Noir. Let me show you this color right here. It is a cool brown shade, and I've just been loving the ease of using these stick shadows, kind of that smudgy, smoky eye look. So what I do is I start near the lash line here with this color, and the beauty of this eye look is that you do not have to be precise, and so I will put a little bit of pigment down first, and then I'm using a BK Beauty sort of flat-edged fluffy brush here, and then what I do is I just basically kind of fan this out onto the lid, and this is a 203, but basically this is not meant to be precise, and I'll just start with a little bit of that near the lash line, and then I will kind of bring it up on the lids just a bit. I'm going to come over here and start to smoke this out. And Starting to get that kind of smoky eye look. I'm going to put a little bit more on this side over here. Make sure everything's evened out. And just kind of fluff this up. So clearly not precise, but just sort of a nice brown color. And then I'm coming into the Victoria Beckham eyeliner, and this one is in bronze. I also love to use cocoa. And then what I will do is I'm going to actually tight line my lash line with this bronze shade. Let me show you this. So a little bit of a contrast here between the two colors, but I just think it looks really pretty on the eyes. And again, it is super simple but impact. And I just realized I have been wearing this sweater a lot. By the way, this is Jenny Kane's cropped cocoon in undyed stone, and I have just been living in it since I got it. And now I'm realizing, like, subconsciously, I think that's why I have been wearing this Victoria Beckham bronze eyeliner, because it's essentially the same color, or this eye look basically. So these ones are super creamy and sort of meant to be smudged out. That's what I mean. I love it. It's kind of like this easy, smudged out, little bit lived in makeup look, which works great for someone like myself who is not a makeup artist and not really precise and like sort of simple lived in makeup looks. So I'll take some of that, flip over, and don't worry, you can clean these up because you can just kind of feather them out, and you can use your finger here. You can see how creamy they are. So don't worry if it is a little bit smudgy right now. It is meant to be. So this has just been my go-to sort of slightly smoky, edgy look. And then if I really want to kind of make my eyes impactful, I will take my Sisley. This is one of their waterproof eyeliner. And then I will take this and just tight line just the upper lash line, just to really kind of give my eyes some real definition there. And that just kind of gives it that sooty look. So definitely going for that lived in makeup look. This is not perfection. This is supposed to look a little bit smudgy and edgy. And then what I'm going to do is go clean up my brows, put on my mascara, and then I'll be back and we will put on a fun nude. Okay, then for lips, we're going to be using Victoria Beckham. I'm going to be using lip definer in number 2 along with Bikini. First I'll line my lips and fill it in with this shade number 2, which I love. And then I'm going to come in with the lip gloss in Bikini. And I have just been loving Bikini. So this, and then I am back to loving on my Sisley bronzer, La Mer Fluffy Brush. I used to always finish my makeup by taking a little swirl of my bronzer and then just kind of putting this all over my skin, and it just kind of left me with a little bit of a glow, not too tan, but it will take down a little bit of shine, but I want to kind of keep that glowy base. Again, this is just sort of this lived in makeup look that I have been leaning on for the past month. And then of course we're going to finish with a fragrance of the day. And since I've been using so many Victoria Beckham products, I am going to be ending with Portofino 97. This is my personal favorite from the Victoria Beckham lineup. I do really like the other two fragrances, but Portofino 97 is just my favorite. And if you are a fan of Byredo Bal de Freak, love that one too, but you find that the longevity is not quite there, then you are going to love Portofino 97. It has very similar vibes to that. I would say this one has just a slightly salty bite to it, which I personally really love. This just smells so good, and it's very like comfortable. Again, it feels very much like a me kind of lived in fragrance. So we're going to end with that, and then I wanted to mention one more thing that I picked up. I was completely influenced. I was on Instagram sort of scrolling through, and Sisley was sharing their hair ritual, and they had this adorable girl using this blow dry brush, and it was showing her doing her bangs, how she could do them a couple different ways. And I have never been great with doing a blowout using these kind of brushes. I have the Dyson Airwrap that I will use the brush component on, but it doesn't always really do great as far as like wanting to fix my bangs and stuff. And I have to tell you, I freaking love this brush. I just picked it up, but what I have found is that it makes my hair really shiny because it's got some of those boar bristles in it. So I'm going to be playing around with this, but say I want to do a little flip, it's just going to automatically flip out my ends if I want to do that. I feel like I can even do some of those kind of piecier looks that my hairdresser did. And we're going to kind of twist this over here, but it just really smooths out any of my frizzies. And then again, if you want, you can kind of fluff up your hair, get some volume in it. But I've just been like uber impressed with this brush. So I've been having fun playing with this brush. Again, I just picked it up, but I was thinking this might be a fantastic gift or a stocking stuffer. I'm still doing some shopping, but I'm absolutely loving this brush, so I thought I would do a little highlight of that. But this is my finished look of the day. Again, a little bit of a lived in, smudgy, smoky eye, nude lip, and hopefully a little healthy complexion. So I hope everybody is having a fantastic weekend, and I will be back with another video soon.